Guys, I have spent more than 200 plus hours in Hogwarts Legacy game, and I have to address the elephant in the room, and those are traits you can apply on your gear because we have 75 of those, and for new players it can be a little bit confusing, and that means that you can make some mistakes, and I will give you the best tips and tricks to be most effective. For measurement we will use S, A, B, C, D tiers, and they will be replaced with poopy tier because we have lots of poopy traits. Yes, all this green garbage is absolutely trash. Don't waste your materials because these defensive traits are not necessary in the game whatsoever. From other hand, unforgivable tier 3 trait is absolutely S level, man, because it will boost your ancient magic, ancient throw, normal attacks, any spells whatsoever, so it's absolutely must have for dark wizard. I will cover tier 3 traits because those are the best ones in the game. Concentration on paper looks decent, but in reality it will not give you any damage whatsoever. Ambush, from other hand, is nice with stealth gameplay, and that's the reason why I will place it at B tier. Ancient magic focus is at poopy tier, and I will cover all these traits in the rapid fire style. Not waste your time because it's precious. Fangs trait is C level because, let's be honest, herbology will give you much more damage. If you want to use tentacular, cabbages, doesn't matter. If you will go with room of requirements skill tree, most likely you will apply herbology tier 3 trait, and it's S tier. It's absolutely no-brainer. If you want to use plants as your main damage source, herbology tier 3 trait is absolutely must-have, and if you don't have it, simply go to any bandit camp and before opening loot box or cache, save your game and open loot box non-stop because you randomly are getting traits. So in that way you can cheese the game. And venomous trait, why it's at C tier, because this plant by itself is kind of slow, although it can break enemy shields, but cabbages are much more better, so in combination with plants is man, shitty. Ancient magic, from other hand, is another S tier trait because it will boost your, of course, ancient throw, and ancient magic by itself works really like Avada Kedavra. It can one tap even trolls if properly spec'd out your setup is, and that means that you don't have to go the dark path. You can use ancient magic to one tap enemies. Explosive and destruction traits are B tier for me. Those are kind of similar. You are dealing nice damage. Explosive trait boosts your damage pretty well enough, but my main thing is that when you will reach level 30, even without traits, these spells by themselves can one tap enemies, so for me it's a no-go. Cruelty is, guys, shitty trait. I would place it C. It's like giving a favor to this trait. I'm not rating, guys, spell. I'm rating trait. It's a difference. So, Decoration trait, which is boosting Defendo, actually is A tier because with properly stacked setup you can almost one-shot a throw. 15k damage if you're gonna drink some potion, which will increase your damage even further. That game over. And Disarming trait is actually also A tier, although Expelliarmus can one-shot enemies by itself, but paired up with this trait, oh, you can steal enemy weapons and turn your spell in absolutely mayhem. So for me it's also A tier because you are disarming enemies, you can one-shot them, and you can use their weapons with ancient magic to kill enemies even further. Manipulation trait, unfortunately, is poopy tier because by itself it's not dealing any damage whatsoever, and I would use it only to go in close range and to kill enemies like that. Other than that, man, you can kill enemies much quicker than using this spell. But at early stages of the game, Incendio actually is really decent spell to use, and properly spec'd out it can one-shot enemies. Unfortunately, it works only in close range. That's the reason why I will put it at B here. It works really well against spiders and skeletons. Mandrake plant is kinda dope as well, so I will place it in B here. If you will spec out this trait, you can do some mayhem. Control trait unfortunately slides to the place where sun is not shining, and binding trait also will be in B tier. So in overall, what I want to say, guys, Ancient Magic boost is really overpowered. Unforgivable tier 3 trait is overpowered. Of course, Herbology tier 3 is overpowered. And of course, if you want to use some stealth traits, those you can use and get a lot of damage. So we have 4 traits basically, or 5 traits for each of your wanted playstyle, which are absolutely the best in the slot. And the rest is it depends on your preference, but later on in the game you will one-shot enemies anyways, even without traits. So keep that in mind, that once you reach those levels 35, 36, your gear will become so overpowered, especially if you're gonna upgrade it, that it's game over for the enemies. And traits help you at early stages of the game, so don't put these trashy traits. Bye.